Okay, so I'm assuming we are live now. So give it a second or two. Yeah, okay, so we are live. So welcome to the channel, people. My name is Patrick. This is Supply My Demand FX. Some of you are familiar with me, some of you are not. Basically, for those who are familiar with what I've been up to, as I said, I'm going to start doing a live streaming session and I'm going to dedicate a series to doing so. I'm going to go through and give you guys a quick presentation on what I am trying to achieve with this session and why I started doing it. And hopefully it will be beneficial for you because you'll see what I'm up to. And through the process, you'll be able to actually gain and learn some things yourself. So let's get started. Quick disclaimer. So trading involves substantial risks of loss and is not suitable for everyone. In my videos and live streams, I will share my thoughts and opinions. They do not constitute as advice. You are responsible for all your risks and rewards and entering a trade when entering a trade, So if you do not fully understand these risks, you must seek independent advice from your financial advisor. Basically, it's not my responsibility, okay? I'm not responsible for anyone's trades but my own, okay? So quickly about me. I am a father of three. I have three boys. My boys are my main priority. And the reason I mention this is because there are times I am not able, or there will be times I will not be able to stream because of things that I need to do for them, right? Family first, basically. I do not work a 9 to 5. I earn passive income from property. So that is a problem in itself, but I'll explain that maybe down the line. I'm sure I'll explain that while I'm streaming with you guys. But basically, I have a lot of time on my hands, and this is why one of the reasons I actually started trading. So I started trading Forex in March 2022 because I had too many things. Well, I had too much time on my hands and I needed something to do. I started learning about invested in property years before that, started investing in index funds, which led to me investing in pension funds, and then eventually led to me trading, right? And which led to me Forex trading because in stocks, it was limited to what you are able to do because of the being a retail trader, you can only trade a certain amount of times. It's a long process basically, but I discovered Forex. I started trading Forex because of that. I read charts based on supply and demand, but I trade based on price action. So I don't follow the same setups you may be familiar with when people talk about scalping with supply and demand. I do scalp. I do read charts with supply and demand, but I trade mainly based on price action. So my Forex journey. So I trade with prop firms. It's a no-brainer basically. If you are new to trading, you have the option of starting your own trading account using your own funds. But if you are new, you're bound to lose that account. So one of the ways you can move on from starting from a demo is to go to a prop firm where you pay a fee and you do the challenge accounts. And if you do pass them, you get a payout. So it's how I started. I'm still doing it. I still enjoy it. The long-term plan is to build enough capital and learn through the process and then have my own account where I could make withdrawals whenever I want, trade whenever I want, and so on. That's the long-term plan. So my first year, I struggled. I lost money and I picked up a lot of bad habits, and most of these habits were taught to me because I have been consuming a lot of videos on YouTube like you guys have as well, I assume, right? And a lot of those YouTubers or influencers, that's what they are, use demo accounts and they just give you information that's not necessarily successful, okay? And there's more of those guys than there are actual traders. So I picked up a lot of bad habits in my first year. Second year, I spent a lot of time unlearning some of those bad habits, and it moved me on in my trading, and I became at best, I would say I was a break-even trader. So I started making some money, but I lacked consistency to be able to call myself profitable on a regular basis. I was able to make some withdrawals. I got funded a few times, passed a few challenge accounts, made some withdrawals and so on, but there was no consistency in my trading. I was still trying to unlearn bad habits. Third year, that's where we are now. Find more consistency, know what I want to do. There is a problem in it, but so far so good. I am green so far. And one of the problems is what I'm trying to attempt. Well, one of the problems is what I'm attempting to try to resolve with these live stream sessions that I'm going to do. So the question, was it time to trade, to stream or not? Not time to trade. Was it time to live stream, to stream or not? So that's the question. And that's what I'm going to address mainly in this video. Okay, so live streaming. So there are problems when live streaming. I'll just run through some of them that I could think off the top of my head. Demand on time. So everyone expects you to stream daily. I am not going to be streaming daily. I am not going to be streaming daily. Like I said, my kids are my number one priority. So I'll stream whenever I can. Yeah. It also increases the amount of time you're in front of the computer, especially as a content creator. You're also doing things where you're editing videos and so on, and doing a live stream on top of that. It's a lot of work, and I don't want to spend so much time in front of the screen. Okay, so everyone in the chat is an expert. Yes, you already know everyone. I mean, I had people telling me to, oh, why did you get in there? I would have got in here, and it was about 2-3 pips after, or worse off, where I got in. It didn't make any sense, but I've seen it in other people's streams. Everyone in the chat is an expert, so that's a problem in itself. Trading is difficult enough. Having all those distractions, all those other voices in your ear is difficult. But anyway, and let's not forget the negativity. There's always someone in the chat that's frustrated and want to lash out on you. But anyway, market doesn't care. So yeah, the market doesn't care. So whether you are a systematic trader or a discretionary trader, the market doesn't care. That basically means some of the times when I take my trades may not be the best time for my streams. So if I want to live stream something and my trade happens at 6 a.m., I'm not going to start I'm not going to run out of bed and start live streaming, right? So some of those trades I will not be able to catch on stream. So the market doesn't care about what I'm trying to do. So I had the option whether to wait and for another setup, therefore missing the opportunity that was there, or I could just take the trade. And I'm not going to miss an opportunity because of this, right? Streaming is secondary. YouTube channel is secondary. It is a hobby for me. Trading is a hobby as well, but it's something that actually pays me. So I'm not going to miss an opportunity from that because I wasn't able to stream it to you guys. If there is an opportunity available, I will take it. Forcing trades for entertainment. So there was actually someone who, well, I know 2 people on YouTube who are trading, who I believe are actually trading. And one of them is Trader Tom, and the other guy, I don't know his name. I should learn his name. But basically, he was live streaming and he was trading with prop firms, and he was struggling, right? He was in and out of trade multiple times. There was no consistency in what he was doing. And someone in his comments had asked him why he stopped trading, and he came out and said it's basically he's not ready to stream his trades. And I then responded by asking him whether it's because of this, whether he was forcing trades because of entertainment value. And I think that was the case, and he said yeah, that was the case, because imagine if you're on stream and you are waiting for a systematic approach, it could take 2 or 3 hours, whereas people who are on your chats are waiting for you to take a trade. That adds pressure, and you may find you're putting in trades that you normally wouldn't. So that is a big problem with live streaming your trades. However, I said to him I did have a solution, and I would address the solution, or I would share the solution, and I'm going to share that in this video as well, but we'll get to that. So systematic versus discretionary. So that's the 2 methods of trading. If you do not know this yet, you are still learning about the different ways of trading, okay? It really boils down to 2 ways of trading. Now, a systematic trading is a way of trading where your trade goals are defined, your risk controls, your rules, you make investments or trade decisions in a methodical way. Basically, you know where your TP is. You need to see a certain pattern. Some of you trade with patterns. You see a certain pattern, wait for a candle break. You play enter your trade, you place your stop loss here, and you're going for 1 to 2. You have a system. And you've seen tons of examples on YouTube. You see most of the examples on YouTube because that's all that could be taught, right? You can't teach discretionary trading. Most people on YouTube teach a systematic approach because you could back test it and you could see the results. You could forward test it and see the results, and you could also sell it. And that's where most of these guys make the money. Most of the people on YouTube are not actually trading. Let's just be honest. They are not actually trading. I'm not going to go into my rants right now on this. I'm going to focus on this. If you be following my channel, you know how I feel about this. Most of them do not trade, and therefore they stick with a systematic way of trading. But one of the reasons I wanted to start live streaming is because of this. I've noticed most of them cannot live stream. They stay away from it because with their systematic approach, when you are live streaming, you can't find consistency in it. You never know if you're going to win or lose the trade. So I'm trying to separate what I'm doing from what they are doing. So there's nothing wrong with trading with a systematic approach. I trade with a systematic approach. It's very useful. It's very consistent. It's very profitable. It's just that there are pros and cons for everything, basically. So systematic, I'll get to that actually. I'll get to that in a second. This discretionary trading. So discretionary trading is an approach that relies on the trader's judgment, experience, and intuition. So this is where most people struggle because most people do not have that experience. I've only seen one person who's been able to do this consistently and do it well, and that's Trader Tom. So I've been watching some of his live stream. He streams almost every single day. He does 2 streaming sessions a day. It's really very interesting to see. He trades a systematic approach. He has a few setups he likes, and he also has he trades using discretion. So if he's in a trade, he may notice that something's not looking right. He will get out of the trade and he will go in the opposite direction. That comes from experience. I've only been able to see someone do it well once, and that's him, right? So there's pros and cons for both approaches. Systematic approach when streaming is difficult because the trades could come before you are ready to stream. It could come when it's not ideal, when you're away from your studio, so you can't actually stream. And some of the cons, well, that's the major cons. Some of the pros, there is consistency in it. You know what you're looking for. You train your eye to look for it and so on, and you can actually make profits. Discretionary, the pros and cons. Main con is not many people are good at it. It's hard to know when you need to trust your intuition and so on. And you can only build this up from experience, and this takes time. And most of us are not here try to wait to get rich, which is really bad. It's something that we all need to work on, something actually working on that, and this is why I'm doing this. So and the pros, if you do it well, you can make a lot of money quick. So I've watched, like I said, watched Trader Tom. He started a 10K account this year. We are in May and he's about 300% up. Okay, so using a discretionary plus a systematic approach, he's been able to achieve this. So there is a lot of money to be made doing this, okay? But it takes a lot of experience. Now, my solution, quite simple. So this is what I'm going to be doing on my live streams. I'm going to have 2 accounts with both approaches. So I'm going to have a 20K prop firm challenge account where I'm going to apply my systematic approach. So if you are familiar with my trading style, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to use that way of trading for this prop firm challenge, okay? And I'm going to take my time and slowly, consistently grow the account and see the results. And whether I'm risking 0.5 or 1%, to find out, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, stay tuned and all that. On the second account, I'm going to create a 20K demo account, and it's going to be discretionary approach. So to figure out whether I am trading using a discretionary approach or a systematic approach, there's benefits for both. The only way to find out which account I'm using is to obviously hit the subscribe button and be on the live stream and see. And now I'm quite transparent, as you can see. I will clearly tell you whether I'm using the demo account or the prop firm challenge account. Now, the reason I'm doing the 2 is because I want to answer a question myself. I'm trying to figure out what is the best way that I trade, because I've in the past being funded a few times this year, I've taken both approaches and mixed it in. I normally take a systematic approach, but then the reason I'm able to hit some of my profit targets quicker than I would if I was solely systematic is because I threw some discretionary trades in there. So I mix the two. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best way of approaching trading for me, and that's why I'm doing all of this, okay? So my main live stream objectives are these: to develop a professional daily routine. I don't want to be just trading on my phone whenever I want, which is what I've been doing in the past. I want to find a consistent way of trading, which was going to help me build discipline. Share good habits, therefore showing you guys the reality of trading. I think there's a lot of scammers in the community we have, the forex trading we have, and they are rich and fat off of making money off newcomers and people losing. And I feel I'm quite bitter about it. I do not like it. So I'm trying to show you guys what trading actually looks like through my own processes, going through the journey myself. I am not a professional. I am not someone who has 10 or 20 years experience. I'm only 3 years in, but I want to show you guys what the reality of trading looks like. Go and through all of these processes, it's actually been helping me. I've become more consistent and so on because I'm asking the right questions and I'm trying to learn, and I'm not buying courses based on trades on demo accounts from people who can't consistently trade or provide any proof of profitability, and have never live streamed their trades. Anyway, let's not get into that. Accountability. So I'm trying to create a positive trading community. I need to be held accountable for some of the things I do. For instance, when I say I'm going to risk 0.5% per trade and you guys see me risking 1%, I need you to tap me on my shoulder and say, yo, what is going on? I thought you said 0.5 at this stage. And if I have a reason for it, I would explain myself. If I don't, I need to become more accountable for my behavior. Okay. So in streaming this with you guys, hopefully I will create a community of people who care about, people who are trying to trade transparently and well. Okay. And also I'm trying to discover and answer this question: what is the best way of trading or best method of trading for me? Is it a systematic approach, which means I need to be patient, I need to be disciplined, reduce my risk and look for the long term, whether it's a year, whether it's 2 years and so on, and slowly grow my account? Or do I take a discretionary approach where I can reduce the size but take multiple trades and grow my account quicker? And that's what I'm going to find out with this challenge. By the end of the challenge, one of the accounts, or hopefully both of the accounts, will reach a certain 10% profit target, right? And I'm going to see which account got there first. I'm going to see which account took the most drawdowns. I'm going to see what the trend line looks like on these accounts and so on. And that's what I'm trying to do to answer these questions. What is the best approach, right? And in all of this, I'm going to continue learning and developing as a trader, improving my knowledge and so on. So that's my main objectives with these live streams you're going to see. And I'm going to start streaming. So my first live trading session on my first live stream will be on the 12th, Monday the 12th, May 2025. And I'm going to be trading the London session. Whether I'm going to be using my systematic approach or my discretionary account, only one way to find out: hit the subscribe button. So I'll trade throughout the week, but only trade live stream depending on my schedule. Okay. So again, my boys are my priority. If they are at school, I'll be live streaming. If they are not, or I'm on holiday, I will not be live streaming. So subscribe for alerts. That's the only way. I do not sell courses. I do not have private discords. The only way to find out whether I am streaming or not is to hit the subscribe button to receive the alerts. Okay, so if this is useful, as always, hit the like button, share any questions, comments. You know what to do. This is Patrick signing out. Until next time, peace.